Welcome back to Imperator Rome, and where we're playing as the nation of Byzantion. We've played for almost 100 years now. We're currently at war with Phrygia, with our allies in Egypt and Pontus. And the Seleucid Empire is also at war with Phrygia. Macedon is also at war with Phrygia, so we're dogpiling Phrygia right now. And I'm gonna take a substantial land grab on the Aegean coastline here. In the meanwhile, Carthage has been they're sitting on their hands more or less. They are at war with Sicily, but Rome is as well, so they're like they did in history, are squabbling over Sicily. Either way, they haven't expanded into the Iberian Peninsula that much. They have taken some land grabs here. Nemantia is strong here. They are at war. Look at that. Nemantia is actually 107 cohorts. They are at war with a lot of their neighbors. Like these Gallic tribes are strong. Guess they have a lot of tribes and stuff like that are helping them out. So yeah, we're gonna finish our war here. I have some mercenaries coming in. While we're sieging down the... We now have a claim on Chalkidiki. We grab the claim on our ally, Macedon, because we are planning to go to war with them at some point, because we do need to take provinces from Thrace, and of course we need to take Greece. I don't necessarily mind them consolidating their power down in southern Greece, because this is a mess right now. Like they're so strong with their defensive league here. So if they can take that out, that's going to be easier for me once I want to get down here. Anyway, Epirus doesn't actually have any allies right now. Do we have a claim on them? We do have a claim on them, so that's perhaps something we can do in the future. Either way, for now we're going to finish off the war here with Phrygia. We proclaimed the war, or we declared the war for this province, which he won't be able to get to because it's behind all my forts. Okay, here we go. And now we're friends with this guy. This is the guy we want to be the next ruler. However, it doesn't seem to be likely right now, unfortunately. Marquis Poor is probably gonna be our next candidate, because this first guy is gonna die in a few months here. Marquis Poor. Let's find this Marquis Poor. What family is he from? He's the Asinid. So he's he's one of these guys. So it's Marquis Poor. He's 75 years old as well. So oh yeah, I was considering bringing him to trial as well. So it's 42% success chance. So I'm gonna try it actually. I haven't trial accusation. So he has some corruption, stuff like that. The Senate hall slowly falls silent as Marquis Poor, the accused, is brought before them, and as unpleasant a man Byzantion has never known. The Senate murmurs in the condemnation. The social censure still hangs in the air. The examiner steps forward and addresses the Senate, asking of which crime Marquis Poor stands accused. Abuse of his office is a serious matter. We have a sudden change of heart. The trial end. How he's abused his office. So the unexpected interference. As matters progress in the trial of Marquis Poor, an unexpected figure enters the Senate, flanked by burly soldiers. Archias is the governor of Asia, takes a seat beside Markiplier and whispers in his ear. Markiplier nods and rises to speak once again. It appears that it is now vouched for Archis of Achaemenid family. We should tread carefully, as Archis wield considerable influence. So I can either bribe, I can reason with him by giving a lot of money, or I can say we're not scared by him. Are we scared by him? Or because it says the success chance is equally high, so this will decrease our success chance by a moderate amount. This won't, so I'm gonna actually pay him off. Trial capability. It emerges over the course of the trial that Markiplier is a particularly nervous man, faced with endless accusations, censure, and rising choler, I don't know what that is, of an angry senate. He began to crack. With tears streaming from his eyes, Markiplier throws himself at the feet of the Archon, admitting his guilt and begging for forgiveness. Guilty indeed, the trial must continue. So he can bribe me here if he wants, but I already paid 600 gold to get rid of the other guy, so we're gonna continue. Guilty indeed, the trial must continue. The verdict. The Senate falls deathly silence as the magistrate clears his throat, falters and pipes up in the reedy voice, finds Markiplier innocent of all charges. Okay, so we failed. Alright. So that's interesting. Like, if he's corrupt, that increases our chance, which makes sense. If it's a big power base, then that reduces the chance as well. So if we have a super corrupt guy, like we can actually do that. We can game that, you know. We can if we have one of our governors and we give him free hands, he will actually, if we give him free hands, he's gonna gain corruption, and if he gains corruption, we can bring him to trial. Or actually, if his power base is less or equal to 40, so his power base is too big for us to actually bring him to trial. Okay. Alright. Anyway, we're in a war with Phrygia, our arch rival. I'm gonna kick up the speed here. You can have some grain. So there we go, he died now. I think. Yeah, he died. Anyway, the guy we bring to trial, he just died. Now we have my guy here. Epidomnods, the ancient Antipatri, that's the guy I want to be on the throne. So, but I think Kelsos, who is that? It's not that guy. It is that guy, but it's also not that guy. So let's find Deopid. Is it Deopid? It's okay. It's wasn't it called Kelsos? That Kelsos Dielid. Kelsos Dielid. Deopid, sorry, Dielid. He's a Dielid. So who is that? Whatever. Ugh, can't. Okay, it's this guy. Okay, so because of the fact that he is the leader of the military faction now. He's set to become the next guy. Because this guy is dying in a few days. And so are my Archon, my current dictator. And then it's this guy. I'm gonna smear his reputation. We are getting quite high on the tyranny, but we kind of want a good ruler. This guy wouldn't be the worst to have as ruler, and he is set to become the guy. But that being said, I still prefer my guy, so I'm gonna going to smear his reputation as well. Why? This guy is actually dying. Anyway, we'll see what happens here. We'll see. This guy is actually getting up in age. He's 71 years old, so he's probably not going to be the ruler for that much longer. Areopagus, you can have Terrace Antipatrid. That's fine. Actually, is my guy actually producing any heirs? That's my question right now. Yeah, he has a couple of kids. That's one of his kids actually that I just gave an office to. So that's fine. And his other son is actually quite shit. But he still has his traits though. Anyway. Sparadokos. We're just gonna keep occupying the Phrygian lands. We still haven't met any resistance. Pontus do have some resistance here with Cappadocia, but otherwise... There's a fort here, I didn't even realize that. I guess I should have when we didn't occupy. I'm gonna put my mercenaries there. In the meanwhile, we're just capturing people. So we're gonna get an influx of people here. So I'm gonna increase my. We're losing food here. I'm gonna have to make another local import route to the capital and import more food. Yeah. So we have some disloyal people here. No risk of civil war. We need to... I'm gonna recruit some more guards for him. He is actually assigned to that province, so is this army. So that's why they're there. And not taking part in the war at all. So let's see if they... Oh, it actually looks like the war with the Seleucid Empire is gonna drag on, because somehow they managed to de-siege that. That's interesting, which is perfect for me, because it means Phrygia is gonna be distracted and I don't have to deal with them. Yeah, this war is going fairly well for me, I would say. I'm gonna look at what I can do. Actually, I need to siege some stuff down before I can check my peace deals. But I am. So he wants to export some papyrus. I will say yes to that for now. And in the meanwhile, I'm looking to take the Aegean coast here. Aegean coast. In this peace deal, perhaps taking this part as well. I do believe we can actually get into war with Phrygia once again if we want to, by declaring on this guy. He's guaranteed or whatever, he's part of... He gives tribute, so if we attack him, Phrygia is going to come and help, and we can take more land if we so please, if we so want. I don't know if we do want that, but because our aggressive expansion is going to be high, I presume. There we go, my Lhasa 1. Going to Halicarnassus now. Halicarnassus isn't actually a fort anymore. It used to be a fort, I'm pretty sure. So we don't need to worry about that. We have a fort up here. I'm gonna send my general, or my merc stack. This is my 16 martial general, so he's pretty okay. I don't mind him at all. excellent conditions. We have excellent conditions, so get some money and lose loyalty with the Bithynia governor, or we can probably get some loyalty, local slave output and happiness. That's actually perfect because I presume we do need that. What does this give us? Gives us... He's gonna be more loyal, which is awesome, and so why would it take this? I'm gonna take that. Let's check our government. So it looks like this guy is gonna be next in line. He's not terrible, but I kind of don't want him. He doesn't have any popularity. He doesn't have any prominence. So we are taking a fight up here. Pontus seems to be winning that for us. There we go. Oh, he's dead. Now this guy is an issue, apparently. He wasn't even considered before. I guess it's because the populist faction is kind of big right now. So they are actually, their candidate is gonna be their boy, their next boy. That's what they think at least. So what if I boost the military faction? Because I do not want this guy, and my guy is actually dying here, so... So I'm going to boost, endorse the military faction here. Gonna cost us some stability and some tyranny, which we do have quite a lot of at the moment. But I'm gonna stab a pig. There we go. So can I actually, he's depressed, which actually is killing him. He's infected, he has arthritis. But if I seek treatment, that pays for, it's from his own pocket. So he's gonna seek treatment. Yeah. Import route in the capital. That's perfect, actually. Monthly wages, yeah, that's perfect. We need to increase our food in the capital, actually, because we seem to be losing food here. Probably another grain. Actually, we're still losing. We're exporting. I don't have the capital bonus of. No, we do have the capital surplus, but do we though? Anyway, what we do need is food. So I'm gonna import more grain from Egypt. It's perfect. We're fine there now. National slave output. Yeah. Looks like we're gonna lose that fight. In the meantime, well, Cappadocia is not necessarily the biggest issue here. And Pontus seems to have diverted some of the troops to help us out here. So let's see what we can do here. I want that province and I want that province at the very least. Considering finishing off this province as well. That's only a 50 war score, so that's more than fine. Could probably take one down here as well. We'll see. So how's it looking? Yeah, now that guy is actually number one because I endorsed him. So So it looks like we're probably gonna have him as the next dictator. Not much I can do about that, unfortunately. This guy, my guy, is not actually getting prominence in the speed that I want to. So this guy is 38 years old. If I were to become the... If my guy were to become the leader of the military faction, then he would be the next one. Even though he's very popular, he doesn't really matter. So I can give him some stipends, but will that help? Not necessarily. Macedon is taking that. That's fine. Should have them take Chios. So siege is done. That's awesome. I am considering taking this guy, my guy back here, to fight some of the Cappadocians, so I can hold the triumph for him. It's a last-ditch effort to put him into power now that his guy is dying. We are gonna be able to win those fights there. So we're gonna keep with the blessing of Athena. That's fine. While can I actually move here? No, I can't. So I'm gonna go up here. Treatment successful. So that infection is gone, which means he's gonna live for a tiny bit longer. He's still dying though, but that's he's doing better. So can I get rid of this guy somehow? He doesn't have any popularity, but I'm gonna smear his reputation. So Macedon, like a silly boy. Rome wants some wine. Can I have some wine? So let's see what we can do here. Would they be willing? Kind of, yeah, they would kind of be willing to lose all that. What about that? What about that? You're gonna lose that, you're gonna lose that, you're gonna lose that. What does the religion look like? So this is also kind of fine. Right? Yeah, this is also fine. Good to take this province as well. So we have another import route in the capital. We can take some... I want glass actually. We're at war with them, so that, of course they won't take it. Marble increase our civilization value, but it's just by 1%, so it's not a great deal. It says on when I look at this, it says that I don't have the capital bonus, right? So, but when I look at this, actually it says that I have an export bonus, so I'm gonna have to cancel. I'm gonna have to cancel one of my exports of cloth here. There we go. So we get that capital bonus, increasing our tax. Yeah. What if we take each surplus give local manpower by 5%? When exporting, we get. Aren't we exporting any iron? If we aren't, I'm gonna import some iron here, and then if I can export that, that's fine. So yeah. So we're going to Cappadocia at the moment to see if we can get some fights. Gonna go over to Chios. See what we can do there. Endorse party cost is cheaper. War score cost, I'm gonna take that. So yeah, looks like actually yeah, of course I dragged in Egypt in this fight as well. So they're actually doing quite good here. Like look at their stacks, they're so big. And they are losing a lot of attrition because of it, but that's up to them, you know. It's up to them. So they have a lot bigger army than I do. We're moving up, taking all the provinces, capturing all the people. Let's see if we can find someone to fight here. Because that's what we want to do. Vegetables, fine. Let's check the government again. So this guy is back on the table here. Even though I just smeared his reputation, the faction is the strongest. That's what's up. Uncle of the Admiral loses the effect of foreign citizens. So he wants to be the... He wants to become a citizen, I guess. Sure, I guess. Why not? He has decent stats, so... Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. So... they're still bigger, so... That's why the military faction isn't necessarily winning here. Who would I prefer? This guy as my next ruler? He has no popularity, so... I don't know. It's I'm gonna use some more tyranny here and stability, unfortunately, to boost him. If I were to... I would prefer to have him as our leader if I could choose, which I actually kind of can to some extent. So yeah, let's keep going with this war here. Hopefully we're gonna win that siege now. That would be awesome. So this guy took my province. That's not ideal. We've occupied him quite good here. There we go, siege 1. Yeah, that's gonna take itself. That needs to be taken. I'm gonna take that. So now this guy died. He was the governor of Greece, so I need to put another governor in place. Don't necessarily want him. He's 17 years old. These guys are so young. It's like they're gonna rule for so long, so they're gonna be... They have time to become disloyal, right? That's the thing. Their power base is too big, and they lose loyalty every month. So I'm considering taking this old fart here, because he's not necessarily gonna be a threat for us. And he is weak-willed, so it's not gonna be gaining a prominence, getting a power base, and he's still an effective government, so, or governor to some extent. So I'm gonna take the old fart, I think. This guy is married to ruler family, and he is same faction as the ruler, but that's gonna change in the next in a few years here, probably, when this guy dies. So it's gonna change faction. It's gonna be the military faction in power if I have anything to do with it. So we should not take that for too much worth. So we're taking the old fart here. He's not the best, but he's fine. So an eye for aesthetics. Oka gets a fortress. Do we need a fortress there? I'll take the money. So actually I took the money. Either I would have gotten a fortress here, or I would have taken the money, and I got 80 gold instead of getting a fortress. But the fortress only cost 47.5, so of course I'm gonna take the money. So yeah, let's see if we can find some fights here. This guy is ripe for taking. I'm gonna try to find some fights so I can get some popularity. This guy's insane. It's like 16 general. I can barely believe it. So we're trade route disappeared from Crete. Okay, we have actually the option to import some dice here. I'm gonna import the dice. I'm not necessarily gonna keep them here in on Crete, but I'm gonna keep that trade route occupied so no one else can have it. So yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna take a break here because and then in the next episode we're gonna finish this war off with Phrygia. I said that last episode as well, but now I really believe it because we're literally almost fully occupied him. So let's see. We're looking at something like this when it comes to war score. It's gonna carry. So yeah. Anyway, I will see you in the next episode, and thanks for watching.